It happened on a rainy Thursday evening in a small roadside diner that smelled of fresh coffee and warm fries, the kind of place where truckers, families, and lonely travelers found comfort in silence. But that night, silence broke for all the wrong reasons. In a corner booth sat a girl named Lily, her thin fingers gripping a milkshake glass with trembling hands. Her wheelchair, old and slightly rusted, stood beside the table like a silent witness to a life far heavier than her 16 years. When the laughter started, it wasn't the kind that fills a room with warmth. It was sharp, cruel, and cold. 3 teenagers in leather jackets and arrogance dripping from every word decided that Lily's difference was a target worth mocking. What followed? The slap, the spilled drink, the sound of her straw hitting the floor, was something the diner would never forget. If you believe in kindness, in standing up for those who can't defend themselves, in second chances and human decency, then please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Royal Stories. It's your small way of saying that goodness still matters in this world. Lily had grown used to stares. The accident that took her ability to walk 2 years earlier had also taken pieces of her confidence, her laughter, and much of her trust in people. Her father, who worked late shifts at a nearby auto repair shop, did everything to keep her strong. The world can be unkind, he used to say, but never let it make you forget who you are. That evening, Lily had come to the diner after school to finish her homework and reward herself with a chocolate milkshake, her small moment of peace. She didn't notice the bullies at first. Chad, Dylan, and Misty, the kind of teens who mistook cruelty for confidence. They saw her alone, and boredom turned their eyes toward her. It began with whispers, then mocking laughter. "Hey, wheelchair girl," one of them sneered loud enough for everyone to hear. The waitress, an older woman named Donna, shot them a warning look but said nothing, afraid, perhaps, of escalating things. Lily kept her head down, hoping they'd lose interest. But cruelty often feeds on silence. Misty approached her table, pretending to trip, sending Lily's milkshake spilling across the table and into her lap. The coldness shocked her, but the sting of humiliation burned worse. When Lily looked up, eyes glistening with tears, Misty slapped her cheek, hard. The diner fell silent. No one moved. The laughter that followed was hollow, but it echoed like thunder in Lily's heart. They walked out as if they owned the place, leaving behind a trembling girl and a room full of shame. Donna knelt beside her, apologizing over and over. Lily forced a smile through her tears, whispering that she was fine, even though she wasn't. Her father arrived minutes later, anger and heartbreak written across his face. He wanted to report it, but Lily begged him not to. "It won't change anything," she said softly. "People like them never learn." An hour later, the rain outside grew heavier, drumming against the diner windows. The smell of gasoline and leather filled the air as 6 bikers rolled into the parking lot. Their engines rumbled like distant thunder, their jackets bearing the insignia, Iron Brotherhood. They were rough men with weathered faces, hands that had seen work and war. When they entered, the diner's mood shifted. The waitress greeted them nervously, but the tallest one, a broad man with silver hair and deep scars along his knuckles, gave her a warm smile. "Just coffee for now, ma'am," he said. His name was Bear, though few knew his real one. It didn't take long before one of the bikers noticed Lily in the corner, still quietly wiping her tears. Her eyes were red, her milkshake glass untouched. Bear walked over and crouched beside her table. "You okay, sweetheart?" he asked gently. She hesitated, then nodded, but her trembling lips told another story. Donna whispered what had happened under her breath, trying to hold back her own anger. Bear listened without interrupting, his jaw tightening as the words sank in. The other bikers watched in silence, their expressions darkening. "Where'd they go?" Bear asked, his voice low, almost dangerous. Donna pointed toward the strip mall across the road. The bikers exchanged glances. Without another word, they stood up and left, leaving the rain-slicked door swinging behind them. Lily watched from the window, unsure of what would happen next, her heart pounding with both fear and strange hope. Across the street, under the dim glow of a neon sign, the three bullies were laughing, showing off, unaware that justice, of a different kind, was rolling toward them. The roar of engines echoed as the bikers surrounded them. Bear dismounted first, his boots splashing through puddles. "You think it's funny to hurt someone who can't fight back?" he asked. Chad stuttered something about it being a joke, but Bear's eyes silenced him. "You made her cry," he said quietly. "So now, you're gonna make it right." He didn't hit them, though every muscle in his body wanted to. Instead, he made them walk back to the diner through the rain, their sneakers soaked, their arrogance washed away with each step. When they entered, drenched and silent, the whole room watched. Lily froze when she saw them, unsure what to expect. Bear stood behind them and said, "You owe her something." The three teens lowered their heads, mumbled apologies, and one of them, Misty, broke into tears. "I'm sorry," she whispered, voice shaking. "I didn't mean," but the words trailed off. Lily didn't answer right away. Her father stood beside her, watching, conflicted. After a long pause, Lily said quietly, "Just don't do it to anyone else." That simple mercy struck harder than any revenge could. Bear nodded approvingly. "That's strength," he said softly. The bullies left without another word, their faces pale, their pride shattered. The bikers stayed for hours after that, sharing stories, laughter, and warmth that filled the once tense diner. Bear found out that Lily dreamed of becoming a writer someday, so he handed her a small, worn notebook. "For your stories," he said. "Because the world needs voices like yours." Lily smiled for the first time that night. Before they left, Bear turned to her father and said, "If anyone ever messes with her again, you call this number." He handed him a card with a simple phrase printed under the club's insignia, "Protect the weak. Respect all." In the days that followed, the story of what happened spread across town. The bullies stopped showing up at the diner. Lily became something of a quiet hero at school, though she never asked for it. People who once looked away began greeting her with kindness. And every time she saw a motorcycle roar past, she smiled, remembering that somewhere out there were strangers who had turned a moment of cruelty into a lesson in courage and compassion. Months later, Lily published her first short story online. It was titled "The Night the Bikers Came." She ended it with a simple line, "Sometimes, angels wear leather and ride in the rain." If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Royal Stories. Your support helps more stories like this reach people who need a little reminder that goodness still exists in this world. Special request. Leave a comment below telling us what kindness means to you. Your words might inspire someone else today.